Hello everyone, welcome. So I haven't had a video in quite some time, and the reason being is for this topic that I'm about to talk about. And I'm thoroughly excited to be sharing this because I've just had my own personal experience with it. So welcome everyone, my name's Leanne. If you follow me, typically I will have a video on a regular basis, weekly, and I have not had the energy to do that, and that is because I have been in the burnout stage. And I share that with you because I am about to share about the what burnout is. And in my own experience, what I will share with you is exactly what my experience has been. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what burnout is, what the symptoms are, and some holistic approaches, and share some of my experience. And to start off with, when I experienced burnout, I thought I was just exhausted, and then I got COVID, and then I had time to reflect upon what burnout was, because this topic has been in the making for about 3 weeks, and Spirit led me to just sit with it, and also because I was too tired and too exhausted and didn't have the ability to share on anything. You've seen maybe a couple of posts that I've had, but I haven't, again, had the energy or the mental ability to do anything because I have been overworked. And I share my vulnerability with you because it's important to share vulnerability, but also to share that I'm human as well. And some people may not like it, and that's okay. I'm human, I'm a medicine woman, I'm a professional, but I also have human experiences. So I look forward to hearing your comments about this, but also to sharing this topic with you. So burnout is a state of this emotional, mental, often physical exhaustion, which it's like periods, is repeated stress, right? And though it's most often caused by work, it can also appear in many other areas of your life, like parenting or caretaking or romantic relationships. And the feeling of burnout typically happens when you're feeling really overwhelmed about work, and it feels as if we can no longer keep up with the demands of our job, which exactly what I just shared. I couldn't post anything for 3 weeks. And the word burnout originated in 1970 by the American psychologist Herbert Freudenberger. And it was used to describe for medical professionals who felt burnt out from their tireless work. But in the world of the pandemic, this has definitely magnified, right? Not just by healthcare professionals, but also in many other professional industries. Now let's talk about the difference between stress and burnout, because there is a difference, right? There is a difference. Although they're in the same arena, stress in work is that, but you can still have your responsibilities. You may be stressed out in work, but you can still take on your responsibilities. You can juggle the things in your life. You can work really long hours and handle it. Whereas burnout is the opposite. It starts to be where you can't do anything at all. You don't have the ability to do it. You don't have enough motivation, not enough energy, not enough self-care time, and your relationships start to be affected by this. So what are the symptoms of burnout? Well, exhaustion, depersonalization, and reduced personal accomplishment. And so I'll go into a little bit about that. So exhaustion would be like you feel fatigued mentally and physically, and your energy just is persistently zapped. And that's what happened with me. I was persistently zapped of my energy. And this depersonalization, this is like feelings of indifference. In other words, you start to feel really numb, like you just don't give a shit. You don't care. And you become very cynical and in your inner workings. I didn't really get to this place. I didn't become cynical. I was just starting to feel like I was starting not to care about work. And then you lack the ability to effectively communicate with people. And then the other symptom would be reduced personal accomplishments. So you stop working on the things that you were working on. You tend to be insufficient or incapable of performing your work. For example, the things that you loved with your work, you lose the enjoyment of that. And your creativity starts to lack. You lack the inspiration. The inspiration and the creativity that was associated with work just doesn't come. And I found myself in that place at that time. And it's frustrating. And at the same time, that's part of what burnout is. So some of the physical symptoms that are presented with burnout and the emotional and behavior is like you feel tired, you have a hard time sleeping, headaches can happen, muscle pain, inflammation occurs because the cortisol levels are high. Emotional symptoms are you lack motivation, experiencing self-doubt, failures or loneliness, an overall feeling of dissatisfaction. Behavioral symptoms include social isolation, not performing your responsibilities, work-related, anger outbursts. I did not experience that either, thank God, because I do have a spiritual practice that I do on a regular basis that did not tip me over to that edge. So to avoid burnout, balance is key, right? Beyond focusing on what we are experiencing physically, we must address all aspects, 5 aspects, which is for our wellness, which is the physical, emotional, social, spiritual, and mental, to truly experience a healthy, happy, and balanced life. And when one of these areas is off, the other aspects suffer or they fall short. So here are some holistic approaches to recover from burnout, in which I have personally done and will continually do. Manage changes immediately. Okay, if you are overcommitted and you have too much on your plate, work less, cancel or reschedule your appointments. It is okay to say no. This will help with feelings of being overwhelmed, because burnout can lead to overwhelm. Talk to someone you trust. Burnout is a thing. It really is a thing and can be overwhelming, right? And so when you talk to a loved one, they can help support you along with give you some valuable insight that may help you with the struggle that you're experiencing. Practice self-love. Give yourself permission to pause and remember that things don't have to be perfect. And knowing this will strengthen you more than you think. The other one is practice self-care. I talk about in a lot of my videos about self-care. However, it really does make a big difference in burnout. So make time for rest, spend time with friends and family, eat healthy, drink lots of water because it does help with the cortisol levels and the inflammation. Practice mindfulness, meditate and pray. The other tip would be do what makes you happy. Make time to do the things that bring joy to your life. Like go to the park, remember to play in your herb garden, take a bath, go on a trip, laugh. One other tip is to take your power back. Take back your power. Prioritize what is important. Delegate things to other people. Leave work at work. Be clear about your needs. And last but not least, sleep on time and avoid blue lights. Restful sleep helps with improving and healing burnout. It helps to balance the hormones. Since the cortisol is a hormone created by the adrenal glands, it helps to reduce inflammation and by sleeping, and it reduces stress and it helps you to feel energized. Reduce your exposure to screen time, phone, laptops, television. Melatonin is another hormone that helps you as you fall asleep, and mainly in the evening, right? So when you have the blue lights like televisions, your phone, or a laptop, it prevents those hormones to releasing or making it difficult to fall asleep at a reasonable time. So here are my tips and my personal experience and my personal practice in what I'm doing with burnout. I hope you found this video helpful. It has helped me, some of these tips. I do these things. However, I allow the work to be my motivation instead of remembering to play, remembering to take a time out, remembering to call on my friends and my family, and to just be. And so I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions or you want to add on to this topic, please comment below. I'd love to hear your feedback, but also what your personal experience is. So signing out, Sacred Wild Woman. Bye for now.